swear to God, that was footsteps. This is definitely the scariest night I've ever had in a tent.
Camping can be quite eerie on its own, isolated by darkness, creepy sounds from the woods. But what happens if the silence is broken by something far more terrifying than nature? In this video, we explore chilling camping encounters, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for the last one. GrizzlyGaz, a YouTuber who loves camping, set out on a routine camping trip in March 2022. But his adventure quickly turns into a nightmare.
I'm in the woods again today, guys. Love a good woodland camp.
He decided to camp in a creepy woods. Everything appeared fine. He set up his camp and settled in, but things soon took a chilling turn when the night grew darker. After setting up his campfire and having some food, he decided to explore his eerie surroundings. And it wasn't long until the atmosphere grew even creepier.
A bit of a wander, dark. I can't see all.
The sound of children's laughter started echoing through the forest. Now pay close attention to the sounds, as they only get creepier from here.
Yeah, my little blue lights on. Come on, mate.
After hearing those unsettling noises, GrizzlyGaz decided to head back to his tent to try get some sleep. Nothing else happened, and the night ended quietly. But what if I told you this wasn't the end of his creepy experience? 4 months later, GrizzlyGaz returned, and what he captured the second time is even more terrifying. Stick around until the end of the video. You definitely don't want to miss it. In one of UK's most haunted woodland, the YouTuber CamperVibe embarked on a 48-hour camping trip. But she made one fateful mistake. She didn't realize she had planned her trip in the infamous Screaming Wood, a part of Daring Wood near Pluckley, England's most haunted village. It wasn't until she arrived at the destination she realized the history behind it. This forest has long been the site of numerous unexplained events, eerie disappearances, and chilling deaths.
Now, completely unknown to me when I arrived, Pluckley is Britain's most haunted village.
Despite the dark history surrounding the area, she got on with her trip, setting up camp without a hitch. The first evening was peaceful, almost too peaceful, as the weight of the place's eerie reputation slowly settled in. Then, at 2 a.m., her night took a terrifying turn. While lying in her hammock, trying to rest, she began to hear faint, unsettling sounds. The crunch of footsteps circling her camp, each step sending chills down her spine. She held her breath in fear. She was too terrified to turn on her light, afraid it might attract whatever or whoever was outside. Suddenly, the footsteps stopped. Silence fell again. Whatever it was enough to scare the wildlife. The crows were loud and sounded spooked. Hours later, at 3:50 a.m., the sound returned, louder this time. Footsteps again, circling her an hour and 20 minutes since the previous footsteps. But just as mysteriously as they appeared, the footsteps faded away. Morning brought some comfort, but she was left with a critical decision. Should she leave or stay for the second night as planned? Despite the terrifying noises, she chose to stay. After all, she came for the full 48-hour experience. As the second day passed, everything felt strangely normal. No footsteps, no noises. The night came and went without incident, but still, the memory of those creeping footsteps lingered, a constant reminder of what could happen in the haunted woods. She may not have encountered anything on the second night, but she is undoubtedly one brave woman for staying after such a spine-chilling first night. Would you have stayed for the second night? The YouTuber LoveSundays has spent years documenting their stealth camping adventures, and tonight was supposed to be just another routine night in their camper van.
So for tonight, here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, is I'm not going to pull the bed out, so that if I do get asked to move on or anything in the night, then I can just get up and go, essentially.
They found a quiet roadside, made a nice meal, explored the surroundings, and got comfortable.
It's 9 o'clock, so I'm probably just going to start getting ready for bed, watch a movie. I am going to go outside though, just to check to see how well the blackout curtain's working. I don't want to have all the lights on in here if you can see any form of light peeking out through the curtains.
Ready to settle in for a peaceful night. Everything seemed perfect until 2 a.m. hit. Out of nowhere, they were jolted awake by a loud knock at the door. Hoping it would go away, it didn't.
I just heard something outside.
The knocking continued, louder and more insistent. It became clear that something was off. A stranger was outside the van, trying to get in. Heart pounding, they stayed as still as possible. The thought of being trapped inside, with someone trying to break in, sent chills down their spine. They didn't dare make a sound, hoping whoever it was would give up. Luckily, after a few agonizing moments, the knocking stopped, and the silence of the night returned.
I think they've gone. They literally tried to get in the van. It wasn't just a knocking, they were trying the handle. Let me check outside.
The rest of the night was eerily quiet, leaving them shaken but unharmed. What if the intruder had managed to get in? Would you have stayed there after that? I certainly wouldn't have. Here we have it. The final video. The part you've all been waiting for. GrizzlyGaz returning to the creepy woods. 4 months after his eerie encounter with the children's laughter, GrizzlyGaz decided to return to the same woods for another camping trip. This time, the atmosphere was different from the start. Rain poured down as he set up camp, the steady sound of rain hitting the ground, adding to the unsettling vibe.
It's been one of those days. Let me take that off because that's wet. Having to clear all that crap up, sort fire pit out, find me grill, set tent up.
After getting his campfire going and cooking some food, Gaz settled into his tent, hoping for a quiet night.
Out. Oh, come on, don't stick. We're gonna chill out now, and I'll see you in the morning.
But as soon as he lay down to rest, strange noises began to creep in from the forest around him. It sounded like someone, or something, was walking around his campsite. Sticks snapping and unusual noises.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Curious but cautious, he unzipped his tent and had a look outside. Just then, something flew across his screen, darting past. Alarmed, he decided to explore the area, but the unsettling noises persisted, echoing through the trees.
I kept hearing twigs breaking or branches breaking.
Even his dog was too scared to leave the tent.
See if I can get my head down.
As the night wore on, the sounds grew louder, more sinister. He described them as something straight out of The Grudge, a chilling, inhuman noise that made the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. Though shaken, Gaz managed to get some sleep, and the night eventually passed. But this second encounter, filled with rain, fear, and those disturbing sounds, left him more unsettled than the first. Would you dare to return to those woods after that?